Oh man, I'm excited today, Martin.
Me too.
I've been looking forward to this for ages. We've got a trials legend in the shed.
Oh,
Thanks, Neil. It's nice to be here.
yeah, whatever, guys. It's the Dirtshed Show. Mountain biking isn't all about racing, of course, and what better week to talk about adventure riding when we've got Hans Rey in the shed, because you've done some incredible adventures. So what is it that makes an amazing adventure holiday in mountain biking? I'm putting the question out to you two. Neil?
Well, I've done a few races,
Yeah.
so to me, the riding's really important. Getting go somewhere new, really cool, and also the crew. I know, Hans, you do that. You tend to take someone with you when you go on these adventures. That must be quite important.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's like you said, there's a wide interpretation for the word adventure, you know,
Yes,
and
yeah.
usually I like to say that it's not an adventure until something goes wrong. But one of the perks of being a pro for 30 years is, you know, I've been to over 70 countries and I got to go on some cool trips. And yeah, often we produce these adventures, you know, we make film and photos. So we're not quite alone, but even those cameramen are super hardcore mountain bikers, you know.
Yeah.
It's the real thing. Just recently I went with Gerhard Zerner and Danny McCaskill. We went to Africa and we summited Mount Kenya and Mount Kilimanjaro back to back. And that was quite an achievement I'm quite proud of, and it was the real deal. So
That is serious.
That's an adventure.
For a viewer out there who wants to go on an adventure at maybe a more achievable level, it's maybe something like you've done, Neil, where we're talking about like an event that you could enter that's an adventure in itself.
Yeah, absolutely. Those races, you just show up and do it. So I'm to find where to go, but I guess that's part of the fun, is trying to plan your adventure, put a dot on the map and say, oh, I want to go there.
you know, half the fun of the adventure is to plan it.
Yeah.
And then to brag about it afterwards.
Now, Hans, at this time of the week, we usually throw over to our expert on the news, Neil Donoghue.
Oh, thank you very much. Some cool news this week is Canyon have launched a range of kids' bikes. Obviously, they've been doing the grown-ups bikes for quite a while. An awesome range of bikes from 3 years aimed upwards. They're long, low, slack, and they've got some really cool features like rubber mounts on the stems. Some pretty smart-looking kids' bikes.
Yeah, it's really nice to see bikes, actually. I was just showing you them, Hans, actually, wasn't it? These are bikes that have been really tricked out just for kids, not just small bits, but really thought out geometry. And that's actually quite rare, isn't it?
That's cool, yeah. That's cool.
Really
That's
nice.
fun.
And some racing news. The Trans Costa Rica took place last week. Shout out to Ludo May for taking over our GMBN Instagram. He actually took the win in the pro men's, and in the pro women's it was Amy Morrison. Martin, some cool news. GMBN has been invited to a wedding.
What? How could we be invited to a wedding?
This is-
collectively?
Yes, Emma Arnio. She sent us a picture of herself and her dog in GMBN jerseys a couple of weeks ago. We've now been invited to a wedding.
Well, it's good news. There's a GMBN wedding. I'm looking forward to that. We'll be there. Will we? We are going, are we? Now it's time to take a look at what you guys have been saying on the channel from the last week. And last week in the Dirtshed Show, we actually asked the question, does mountain biking belong on the streets? Now, before I get into your thoughts on that, Hans, obviously, I'm sure you're going to say it can, surely, because you've done a lot of street riding in your time.
No, I agree. I think those urban downhills are cool. I mean, I would probably personally draw the line at those shopping center races. But, the urban downhills are rad.
I like that you took a stance there, no further on the... And why is that? Because they look like they can slide off on every corner to me.
Well, yeah, but also some of them mix in some dirt or elements of an old castle or so, and you bring the sport to the crowds.
Yes,
and you might have them come out then to a World Cup race in the nature race, you know, like, so it's entertaining, it's good for the sponsors, it's an off-season thing for some pros, and I think it's good.
However, we've had Victor Harrisman get in touch, who's one of the organisers of that Valparaiso downhill, and he says it has a mountain, it's got stairs, walls, streets, dirt, rocks and wildlife. It is downhill.
Yeah, and he did say, to be fair, Valparaiso is on a mountain.
Yeah,
that
Wild
is
dogs
true.
is not wildlife.
Now, this is a really good moment for me to just get a bit of redemption, because last week on the channel, I showed you these bits of artwork from Luke. He'd made some lovely artwork, and I said, take a look at this model of a Millennium Falcon.
You know what that looks like, don't you?
Just be quiet. Now, our funny editor there, sat behind the camera laughing his head off, decided to show you a video of a Vulcan bomber. I know the difference. And he didn't show the right correct video. So here for you now is the clip of that said piece of artwork of the Millennium Falcon.
Looks like this kind of.
Hans, this is Millennium Falcon. I'm showing it now. See, I know what a Millennium Falcon looks like, you numpty. So no more comments about what a Millennium Falcon looks like or doesn't look like. Redemption for Martin. Time now for one of my favourite bits of the week, progression session. Now this, Hans, is where we get sent in some videos from our viewers out there who are really progressing. They're pushing the limits.
So let's see it.
That's good.
I mean, it's exciting, isn't it? It's exciting stuff. Now check out this from Sean Vano, who, if you remember, I put a video out recently about how to dab. He's taken it to the next level. It's progression. So here he is, no-handed wheelie dab. Like that?
That's nice.
Nice.
I can't do no-handed wheelies. Hans, you must be able to do these.
Yeah, they're not easy on the flat, you know.
No.
So it's a little bit easier if you have a little hill.
Yeah.
You can cheat by putting your seat down.
Do you have to be clipped in?
I think it helps to pedal.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if things go wrong, you're a bit in trouble.
Yeah. You guys are talking about everything but what's going on in his photo.
Yeah, that's cool.
He's dabbing.
That's cool.
This is from Diffin Thomas, who has been trying to get this double for a while. He's cased it a few times. Apparently, you can case it.
I recognise this jump.
But look at
How
this.
does he
What
do
do you
this so
think,
good?
Hans?
It's like nice dirt.
It looks really wet though, doesn't it? He's coming in. Woo!
Yeah, sending it.
Did he
It's
case
not
that?
small, is it?
Did he case that?
I think you can case that.
I think you cased it.
I may have.
I read that on Instagram or somewhere.
It was big news on Instagram, wasn't it? It was big news.
Apparently so, yeah.
She's such a trendsetter.
Boosh.
No idea what it's about.
So welcome to Tech of the Week. Now this week is all about suspension. I've got a fork and a range of brand new shocks, but let's talk about that fork first. It's from King Creek. This has taken 5 years to develop. It's called the Helm. It's their fork. You've got 100 millimeters of travel all the way to 170 millimeters. It's adjustable in 10 millimeter increments, and at the moment it's only available in 27.5 inch. It is coming in 29 inch, so if you've got a 29er, don't worry. There's three main adjustments on this, however. You've got your low and you've got your high speed, which is done on the right hand side of the fork, and then you've got low speed rebound adjustment. The one real neat thing I think about this fork though is the fact that if you actually want to change that internal air volume, you can super easily just by changing one dial and sliding it up on the piston itself. Dead easy to do. You could almost even do that on the trail side. Comes in two colors. It's either black or it's blue. For me, the black is definitely the cooler one of the two, and it's going to match most of the bikes out there. Let us know what you think of this brand new fork in the comment section down below. So we've covered that fork from King Creek. Now it is onto the rear suspension with a shock from RockShox, and it's a super deluxe. So take a look at that, stealthy black. They've been really working on this for some time now, and what they want to do is give you that coil sensitivity to the trail users, but it's also for your downhill World Cup races. They've got a very similar shock that they can use, and what they're saying about this is it's really easy to set up, giving you more trail time. You've got your low speed compression adjustment, you've got rebound, your spring adjustment comes in 50-pound increments, and then you've got a remote lockout which actually goes onto your bar, and that metric system makes it really easy for all this to fit together. But what I really want to know, are you a coil user or you're an air user? You can let us know in a poll right up there. And now it's time for me to get into the shed. Whoa, hey guys! I've got some good news for you because I've got the winners of the Crank Brothers Highline Dropper seat post.
Oh,
I'm going to give it to Hans to announce.
All right, let's see.
These are the winners.
Oh, you got to be a man of international affairs to read these names. Okay, Carlos Cortinez,
Winner.
Taimo Halme,
Winner.
and Simen Jorgenson.
Winner. The posts are on their way. No, wait. No, Moonlight is the winner.
Moonlight is the winner.
Oh, you read it wrong. It's Moonlight. Sorry.
Oh, no. Rob Warner won 3 times.
Okay, time to look at some of your ingenuity out there in the mountain bike world. You've come up with amazing ideas to solve very difficult problems within mountain biking. So Neil, start us off.
Well, I'm calling this a hack straight away. This is Chris van der Volt has made this homemade GoPro mount fabricated out of a shelf mount. Check that out.
That is...
Spaced out in his stem.
It looks like that would be a really good position for the camera, actually. Yeah.
And I tell you what, he's only 15 years old, is that right? So
Yeah,
that
that's
is
good.
some serious initiative.
Can I order one on Kickstarter?
Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
Cheers,
Put
Chris.
it on Kickstarter.
Well,
So it is.
Steve Bryce actually, he did kind of the old school version of that out of a bottle cap.
A bottle
I bet
cap.
you can
And-
get that one on Kickstarter.
And such an old school camera as
Zip ties, a
well.
little tripod mount there.
Slap
and
the camera on.
Very
Pretty
impressive.
funny.
And then I've got one from Adam Plomer, and this is actually really cool. So you know those Huck Norris things that you get, you put them inside your tire, and they're meant to protect your rim just a little bit more. Well, he's actually made his own one. You know those things you get in the swimming pool that you sort of put between your legs and you...
Pool noodles.
Yeah, that's
Pool
the one.
noodles.
Pool
Yeah, you know,
noodles.
the foam tubes.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what that's made out of.
He's cut this up, put it in his rims, and he said within one ride he can feel a massive difference.
Wow, that's amazing. It's
Go on,
saving
Mark.
his rims. And I've got
I have no
one.
idea what he did there.
Right, last one is from Ray Palmer. It's this one at the top. Look at this modification to tow his mountain bike around on his scooter. That is impressive, isn't it?
That's...
Blake's done something like that.
Blake's done something like that, but not literally towing it along so it's using the rear wheel. That's
Is
pretty
Blake
crazy.
impressed?
What does Blake think of that?
His hub's not going to last.
It's going to wear out your
Well,
back.
Or a bodge?
He's known locally as the scooter guy. I can that's right.
Okay, so it's time for the caption contest, and it is absolutely amazing what a little bit of slow motion does for you because, well, you caught me looking really great, I've got to say, guys.
Yeah, it's not your
props.
not your greatest shot.
No, but what captions have you got for me this week?
Right, I've got a good one from George Stables, who basically says, "What happens when your dropper post comes up too fast?"
It happens.
Yeah. Next one comes from WGPE. When the pre-race nerves hit and there's a queue for the only Portaloo. Been there.
That also happens.
Oh, that doesn't paint a nice image. No.
I think that we should let Hans pick the winner.
Yes. What do you think, Hans?
Well,
They win.
I think the dropper post comment should win because when that happens, it's not funny actually.
No. George Stables, Hans Rey says you are a winner.
Nice. Send us details.
Winner, chicken dinner.
Nice. Okay, on to this week's photo. We want to see your best captions for this beautiful shot of Hans Rey. Look at that.
I'm gonna kill Steve Bear. Where did you put that thing on?
Yeah, that is a classic shot by legendary photographer Steve Bear of Hans, well, looking fabulous. You give us your captions to that shot down below. We do have one very serious job here in the Dirtshed, Hans, and that is making movie stars of our viewers. They send us in epic films, we watch them, and then we put it out there for people to go and follow our links to those films and basically get millions and millions of views online. That's how it works. It works every single week, doesn't it? I think.
Yeah.
Let's have a look at some of this week's viewer edits.
So the first one's from Simon Taylor, and he's riding in Morocco.
Oh, nice. Have you ever been in Morocco?
No, I haven't.
That's a good adventure.
Bucket list.
Yeah.
Atlas Mountains,
It
isn't
looks nice there, doesn't it? Doesn't it look lovely?
Atlas Mountains and all that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Super dry.
Yeah, that looks really good fun. Totally
I think
different.
some of these guys in this video are amputees, aren't they?
Yeah, Simon
Yeah.
has mounted his GoPro to his prosthetic leg. Makes for a good angle.
That's a good way of doing it. Good way of doing it.
Next
Yeah.
one comes from Daniel Werzer, and he's part of a crew called Full Face Riders. This
I like
reminds me
this.
of the Wheelie Boys.
Yeah.
Now, when you've got a full face on, it means that you've got to be into serious business, right?
Yeah. All right, watching this film though, Scott, it sort of seemed like they wear their full face around town a lot.
Yeah.
So, great edits, keep them coming to dirtshed@gmbn.com. You know how it works, we tell everyone about it, they all go and watch it. Basically, millions and millions of pounds worth of advertising on your YouTube channel. That's not a guarantee. With some trepidation, I bring us to the point of the week, that is fails and bails. I've become frightened of this part of the show, everybody. It gets scarier every week.
I like it.
But I'm going to start with this video to get us kind of in the mood. A bit of wheel bending action from Jason Quevedo. Check this out, Hans. Coming in, all looks fine. He's having a lovely day. Whack, look at that front wheel go.
Whoa!
Oh.
That's serious.
That's what happens when you turn your handlebar sideways.
Yeah, I mean, it's a classic mistake. I'm not really any more in the mood than I was, but I don't know, is it enough? Are we in the mood?
Yeah, let's see some more.
Run VT!
Hang on, boys.
What have we got here?
Look at that. Well, that's birthday boy beer.
Happy birthday, Scott.
Cheers, mate.
Happy birthday, Scott.
Time for some Instabangers this week, that moment where we throw you over to some accounts or some posts on Instagram that are amazing, and we're throwing you to them so you follow them. So make sure you follow the links in the description down below.
Right, I'm going to throw to you another Trials legend, Italian, Bramotti.
Oh, you know him.
100%.
First
Yes.
name 100%.
Yeah.
Check out his
100%.
Instagram.
Yeah, he's been riding up some steep, snowy banks.
Yeah, on the road bike.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw it to Joe Barnes. Now, he's an enduro rider, a bit of an adventurist too. But not only that, I found this really cool video they just posted of him actually going up some stairs. What do you guys think of that?
Gosh,
Look at that.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's some time.
Pedaling or hopping?
Yeah, pedaling.
pedaling.
Nice.
A sort of, a bit of both, isn't it?
But he gets up
he
and
does
makes
get up.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
well
good.
done. That was a good post.
And I'm going to throw to Adolf Silva. He's a young chap, and he throws this bike. He rides downhill, dirt jump BMX, dirt jump mountain bike.
Sick
He's
rider.
nuts.
And lastly, we should probably get an Instabanger from you, Hans. So where would you like us to go and look on Instagram?
I think I gotta plug my own charity here, my
Yes.
non-profit, Wheels for Life. Wheels
Yeah.
and the number 4 life. So we give bikes to people in third world countries who need transportation.
That's amazing. Now, how many, just this is an amazing answer, I've heard this before. How many bikes has Wheels for Life given out over the years?
We've given to date almost 10,000 bikes in over 30 countries. We are a small charity, but the thing is, I could probably give you a list with 10,000 names. We're not just giving them out, we really make sure the people who need them the most and appreciate them also get them, like school children, healthcare workers and farmers.
Yeah.
Nice.
Now, if you're going to follow anything this week, it's got to be that. Wheels for Life. Go and
That's
check it out.
all right.
Yeah.
Shout outs!
Okay, so shout out this week for Blake and I,
Oh, yes.
collectively, is Digging for Galena. Now
Love
it's
it.
Graham Agus's, and it is so good. It's got an absolutely great storyline where they're digging for golden, is it gold or is it gems?
It's all sort of
Gems.
precious metals, isn't it?
It is,
Precious
yeah.
metals up in the hills.
Back in
Yeah.
1899, so they
weird.
fast forward to 2017 where they're riding the best trails.
Moving on to my shout out, and I want Hans to see this because this is proper UK ghetto riding from the one and only Sam Pilgrim. I feel like I mention him every week at the moment, but
We love Pilgrim.
he takes this ramp out, and Hans, he does some amazing stuff with it. He just puts it in all sorts of weird places. This is definitely worth a look this week, but some serious skills and some serious stunts with one wooden ramp.
That's a cool concept.
Yeah.
It is really good.
Those are our shout outs, and we're shouting out for a reason. They're worth going. So their links are in the description down below. Go and take a look. They're great videos.
Does anyone know what time it is?
No, what
Oh,
time
what?
is
It's the bike vault time.
Oh, yeah! Hans,
God.
you ready for this?
it? Prepare yourself.
You're ready.
I'm so ready.
Right, let's
This
get
is
in
it,
there.
serious.
That is
Nice.
Whoa.
Nice.
No
That is
way.
an original white.
No,
That is
this is super
gorgeous.
nice.
No,
Super nice.
no.
Hans Rey says
Oh my God,
Bike
no.
porn.
pipe porn.
No.
Yes. Oh, look at this.
hardtail.
That's
Good
nice.
composition.
It's a nice for sure.
We like hardtail.
It's nice. It's not getting
He's
up.
used too much filter.
It's a nice mountain range in the background.
Yeah, yeah.
Next one.
Con- nice. It's,
I'd have maybe gone more than nice, but
I'd have
Nice,
gone close to super nice, I think.
if I would see the bike more.
it's nice. Move on, Neil.
Oh, dear.
Hey, super nice! Dogs!
Super
You always
nice.
get super nice for a dog.
Super nice.
Yeah, super nice. Super nice. Also. Oh, now this is not a good photo.
Where's
No, the bike is definitely lost in the picture, but it's
It's not in
But
focus.
is that what he was going for? Because it's
Maybe.
super high up.
The problem
Super
is
high.
you can't even tell what bike it is.
I don't think it's a good
It's
enough
Santa
Nice.
Cruz.
What do you think?
It's a red one.
Yeah.
It's a red one.
Nice, yeah.
Nice.
Ah, look at that.
Oh, and just like that.
Super nice.
Oh, with the stick. The stick.
Super
Super nice.
Yeah.
BCM.
Pedals weren't level though.
Bim. Wow. Nice.
That's nice bike.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's not. It's not.
nice
though.
bike.
I don't know, that could be a super nice.
No.
No.
It's knocking on the door of it though.
Scott, you've gone
Yeah.
mad. No.
Nice.
Oh, it's
nice.
Ohio.
Hands?
Paint job looks nice.
Oh.
but,
Oh no, the
That's a
cranks.
Yeti.
The cranks, so look, they're so close to
Not
being
quite
level,
level.
but
I've got that
right.
mud guard.
it's a nice.
yeah, that fender
nice.
ruins it.
Oh,
Casually hanging out in the
Super
field.
nice.
Sacramento,
Sexy.
California,
Yeah.
super nice.
Yes.
Super nice, yeah.
Nice.
It's quite nice.
Ooh.
That's
Nice.
interesting.
Nice.
Nice.
Perth, Western
Nice.
Australia.
Yeah.
The colour's hard for me.
Yeah, nice.
The colour's making me
Nice.
struggle. What do you think, Hans?
Ah, well, I thought it was pretty cool.
That's a prison. Nice.
Prison.
It's a New Zealand Wellington
The prison's
from Tom
thrown us.
Waller's.
Prison's thrown us.
Unusual.
That's how he jumped
Nice.
that wall.
Steve McQueen.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Evil Knievel.
Nice.
Nice, that's nice.
Oh, that is super nice. That's from the Isle of Wight. I know that bike.
Is it super nice?
Super nice.
No,
Come on.
I think-
Steve Gill used to ride this bike.
Wait, we
wrong
should
with
look
that
in
saddle?
betting controversy. Blake's slam dunked that bike into this
Got
bike.
Bomber Z1.
I think that's just a nice.
What?
Super
That's
nice.
super nice.
Give it the horn,
Honk that
man.
Oh, and that's
Yeah,
That's
thank
the
you.
last one. We
Oh,
ended
yes.
nice. Oh, you know what? The bike vault it's just a party, isn't it? I love the bike vault.
I love it.
Keep your bikes coming to dirtshed@gmbn.com. We do love seeing your bikes and putting them in the bike vault and just having a good time.
And we get so many of them, so sorry if they haven't yet featured.
Somebody smashed that horn.
Yeah,
Smash that
we want a
horn.
new
Smash
horn
it.
though.
Smash it!
Smash it.
Smash it!
It still works.
It's time for this week's quiz, and taking on our GMBN quiz champion Blake Sampson, we've got the one and only mountain biking legend, Hans Rey. This is going to be mega tight. Now you guys know the rules. If you get a question wrong, you eat a marshmallow. If you don't know the answer, you get a marshmallow. Do not swallow the marshmallow. That's the rule. Person at the end with the least full mouth will probably still be alive. Let's start with the first question. Are you guys ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, hit that horn if you know the answer. What was the last year that Ott-P, Spanish trials legend, won the Bike Trial World Championships? Hans, I thought you might know this one. I wrote this question for you, sir.
All right, I go for it. When did he retire?
You do not have time to do calculations.
2004.
Oh my God, you were so way off. Eat a marshmallow. Blake, have a go.
1992.
1990. That's wrong, but it was close.
Oh yeah, I was off by 10 years.
Yeah. Wow. I thought you'd got that right then. That was scary. You're not supposed to get these questions right. Okay.
What
next.
was it?
It was 1993. Okay, which Red Bull athlete won the World Bike Trial Championships in 1994, defeating said Ott-P? Come on, the clues in the question. Which Red Bull Trials athlete? Come on, Hans. I'm disappointed.
Danny McCaskill!
It's not Danny McCaskill. Someone hit that horn. Save me.
I say Cesar Canas.
No.
Peter Krause?
Yes.
God.
Take a marshmallow.
I thought.
I know the answer.
Marshmallow.
Peter Cra.
No, you didn't know. You didn't know. Right, next question.
Damn, I thought he won earlier.
He's gutted.
Should have
Good. Right,
looked at the Wikipedia trials page.
you brought him up, so you're going to know this one. How many times has trials legend Cesar Canas from Spain, legendary rider, won the world championships?
11.
You've looked at the answers.
I have not
You've
looked at the answers. I am
Blake's
totally-
been cheating.
I-
Eat a marshmallow, Hans.
I promise you. Why
Really,
would I
11?
cheat?
He had 11. I can't believe Blake knew that. Something's going on here. Right, next question. According to your very own website, Hans is a former trials riding world champion, a showman, a stuntman, and
An adventure bike rider.
oh my God, you cheated! You cheated!
We've been talking over
Those are
lunch.
all.
Eat a marshmallow, Hans.
If I'm one thing, I'm not an adventurer.
Eat a marshmallow.
I can say what I am and not. That I'm not an
Eat a
adventurer.
marshmallow. They're the rules. I gave you the rules at the start.
Did you
may
not
be a
go up
legend, but above the
Kilimanjaro?
rules, you're not.
That's an
Right.
adventure.
Who won the 1995 Kamikaze Dual Eliminator?
I guess because I don't know.
Dual eliminator?
Go on.
Steve Gill?
To Steve Gill? That's like the biggest joke ever.
I don't know.
I say Miles Rockwell.
That's right. Eat two, because Hans got that right.
I think Blake's eating his marshmallows.
I'm not.
Don't eat their marshmallows. Don't swallow the marshmallows. Look at Hans's face. It's
That was
so
a lucky
cool.
guess.
Right. In which film did Hans call himself
Mr. Chicks.
the Bunny Rabbit Hansy? Go on, Hans.
Dirty tricks and cunning stunts.
No.
Oh!
Eat a marshmallow.
I know the
Put the
answer
marshmallow
now.
in
Not tricks and stunts, was it?
That's what he said.
No, I don't know it. What was the answer?
Right. Last question, and this is not a question, it's a challenge, and the person who loses has to put 3 marshmallows in their mouth. It's rock, scissors, paper.
Ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Welcome to the Dirt Shed Show, Hans.
I learned the hard way. This is easy.
There's no way you knew that.
I didn't, I guessed.
Coming up on the channel this week, Jago Garay's Pro Bike.
On Sunday, it's downhill versus cross country. What's the difference in bikes?
On Monday, you've got how to make your brakes more powerful.
And then on Tuesday, it's 5 things that every mountain biker has said, like dropping in.
And on Wednesday, how to ride slippery corners.
Thursday, we're going to have our normal Ask GMBN, and then on Friday, you know what time it is. It's the Dirt Shed Show! Well, what an amazing show. It's been a bit of a milestone for me to have Hans in the shed. Thanks for coming, man.
Hey.
It's been an absolute pleasure to have
Thank
you here
you, guys.
today. Really good fun, so thanks for that. Yeah, and that's the end of the show this week.
Yeah, but if you want to see some more videos from GMBN, click over there for 5 essential street skills.
And click right here if you want to know how to set up your cross-country bike.
And click here to subscribe.
Oh, and don't forget to give us a thumbs up, like.
Don't give it a thumbs up.
Comment
Just give it a
and
thumbs up.
share.
Give it a
And
thumbs up.
see you guys next week.